Today, I'm going to take some time to talk to you guys about a very well-known tequila, probably by everyone, known as Jose Cuervo Especial, and why you shouldn't drink this crap. Hi guys, and welcome back to the next episode of Tequila Tuesdays with your host, Javier. And today, I'm going to take some time to talk to you guys about a very well-known tequila, probably by everyone, known as Jose Cuervo Especial, and why you shouldn't drink this crap. So, to begin with, whenever I have people that come in to dine in at the restaurant and whatnot, they'll ask, what our margaritas are made with, and this and that. They'll ask, typically the most right off the bat tequila that they always mention is Jose Cuervo Especial. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I've had tequila, didn't really like it, So I ask, okay, well, what tequila was it? Do you remember? And a lot of them, 9 out of 10, will always say that what they had tried the first time was Jose Cuervo Especial. And as soon as I hear that, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Then chances are that you have no idea what a good quality fine tequila actually is. Now, don't get me wrong, Jose Cuervo, it is a good tequila manufacturer, but you have to keep an eye out for which tequila exactly it is that you yourself are getting into to sip on. Because again, for me, tequila is meant to be consumed in a sipping manner, to enjoy it and to get all of the sensation out of it. Again, in a sense, like a wine. So if you look a little bit closer, when you look at a bottle of Jose Cuervo Especial, when you read it, I've had some of my customers look at the bottle and go from top to bottom to read and let them tell me what it is that they see. So they start from the top, and say, okay, Jose Cuervo Especial, and they read the little emblem, made in Jalisco, Mexico. It's made out of the blue agave, and then that's about pretty much it. But then here's the key thing. I asked him again, there's one thing that you did not see, I don't think that you really saw and read correctly. Look at it again. So I give them another minute, and they'll take another gander and say, no, I can't spot it. Well, right there in bold gold letters, it says made with blue agave, and underneath gold tequila. Now, some folk, especially if they don't know, a good tequila or how tequila is actually made, will say, well, hey, it's made with blue agave. I've always heard blue agave is, the best of the piña to use. Well, yes, it is. But so long as you use 100% of the piña itself. Now, what most people don't know is that Jose Cuervo, when it comes to the Cuervo Especial, they don't use the entire piña when they distill and make the tequila. And by law in Mexico, the only percentage that you actually need to pass the tequila, so to say, test and be able to call it a tequila is actually 50% of the agave plant. So long as you use is half of the agave plant, basically, then your alcohol can be considered a tequila. And that's one big thing that a lot of people don't know or are aware of, So I took it upon myself when I started getting into tequilas and whatnot to figure out why exactly is it that this particular here tequila, it doesn't taste the way that other tequilas taste. And in a sense, this here tequila makes to be a okay, what I like to call a well tequila, and a lot of you guys know what a well tequila is, and I think that's kind of the twist that Jose Cuervo was going with it when they were making the Cuervo Especial. So you get a bottle or a shot, and you smell it. Right off the bat, there's something different to it. If you've ever taken the time to actually smell other tequilas and get that full aroma and sensation into you, this one is going to smell a little bit more like alcohol and whatnot. And if you were to actually taste it or throw it back, like some people tend to do, that thing is going to burn. And it's going to burn because they are not manufacturing this tequila in a way that it is meant to be sipped on. This again, I think Cuervo was going with the way of making it a well tequila that everybody could get their hands on, and mix in a cocktail. So if you want to mix a cocktail and you're looking for a well tequila, then Cuervo Especial is okay. But I would not sip on this tequila for my life if it counted on it to survive at all. And I'm sure a lot of you folks out there who have had this and consumed it have probably woken up with a massive hangover, and you start to think to yourself, man, I shouldn't have had that, the other night, and it probably wasn't even that many shots. Maybe you had one, maybe you had two, but the key thing is that this tequila here, or any tequila that's really not made with 100% agave, is going to give you that result, even if you did not overconsume, in a way of just sipping on a drink or so. More than not, it's going to give you that massive hangover or a headache the next day. The reason being is because it is not 100% made with blue agave. So I'm not gonna taste this. I've tasted it before and not for me, no thank you. But again, I know a lot of people, this is the tequila that they've had, and this is the tequila that turns them away from trying any other tequila. Now, if you want a good tequila to start with, let's say that you've never had tequila, and so you don't necessarily want to spend, too much on a bottle or even a drink, wherever you're at, then I would say, if you're at a restaurant, especially La Piñata, and you want a shot of tequila, but you're not familiar with tequilas, so you want something simple and basic, then I would recommend the Jose Cuervo Traditional. And right off the bat, you can see right here in bold letters that it is 100% made with blue agave. Now, I think that's kind of like the twist that Cuervo was going with into when they named this traditional, because this here bottle of tequila was actually the traditional way that Jose Cuervo makes their tequila. So I'm pretty sure that's why they named it, tradicional. Now this is the reposado. They also do make the traditional in silver form for any of those that like a silver. But the reposado again is a really good smooth tequila, and it is aged for a few months in oak barrels. to give it that bourbon-esque type of flavor. Also, when you open it and you smell it, I mean, right instantly you get that nice smell and aroma. Like, wow, this actually smells really good. Whereas if you take a bottle of Cuervo Especial and you smell it, you're like, ooh, And the other thing, there's a big difference. If you look at the bottles closely, in the color of the tequila itself, you will see that this one, the Cuervo Especial, is more amberous, darker, whereas the traditional is not. It's a little bit lighter. Well, that's because this one here is distilled again to give it that lighter color and also bring that smoothness out. So, traditional Jose Cuervo is something that is up my alley, that I could very well enjoy in the manner of how I like to enjoy my tequilas, and just sip on them, or even taste them. You you let it sit and rest, and you get that nice full flavor out of it. And the traditional does have a little bit of spice to it, so it's got a little bit of a kick, but it's not overpowering whatsoever. Whereas if you were to drink the Cuervo Especial, you're going to feel that sucker go down and burn all the way down. So again, if you want a Jose Cuervo tequila, I highly recommend the traditional Cuervo and not the Cuervo Especial, which in my mind is garbage, basura, But yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with the traditional. And again, it does come in silver form. So, you want a good tequila? A known tequila, Jose Cuervo, traditional. And this has been the next episode of Tequila Tuesdays. If you want a good tequila, I highly recommend Jose Cuervo Traditional, not the Jose Cuervo Especial, because that by far is So again, come see us at La Piñata, either in Centerville, or where I'm at today, the Coleraine location, or in Fairfield. Come dine with us, have some drinks, have a good time with your friends and family, and we will be waiting to serve you. Thanks again, guys.